Hi everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Juniper. First part, it had the usual Amber tropes of terrible grammar, switching tenses, underage themes, obviously. So, part 2. I don't know how many parts there is, actually. There is. How many parts there are? God, I am turning into Amber. By the end of this, I'm just going to have a big poop one and just not wash myself. Right, here we go. Part 2 of Juniper. That was seriously so much fun, Indy. Denise? Who's Denise? Denise wants to hang out tomorrow around breakfast. Have I missed the chapter again? No. Denise wants to hang out tomorrow around breakfast, so I will probably do that, if that's okay. Mom and I were walking back from the swimming pool. It was huge with a waterfall and slides. There was also a jacuzzi big enough to fit 100 people comfortably. Is that a thing? 100-person jacuzzi? That can't be a thing. I don't know, I've never been on a gay cruise. It was a 24/7 open pool with free food and alcohol. This is your fantasy, isn't it? We had both drank a bit, played a little bit of swimming pool volleyball, and met some friends. Mom met a group of ladies her age, Denise being one of them. Oh, okay, right. I like how she talks about a character and then then tells you who it is. Oh, right, okay. She was a jolly overweight lady with rosy cheeks. Bit of a stereotype there. Who my mom got attached to quickly once they found out they were both cheated on. Of course, Mom, I will figure something out. You go have fun. Denise was super awesome. Hello, darling, was filled with amazing activities and places to just sit and stare. Relax while the wind sang around your face? No, when she tries to be poetic, it hasn't landed yet. Not yet. So I had no problem finding things to do myself. Anybody mention the wind? Well, honey, she stopped in front of her bedroom door. I'm going to get some rest. It has been a terribly long night and I am exhausted, but all in the best way. Sleep good. Sleep good. Sleep well. Sleep good. Love you. She kissed my forehead and headed into her room. I felt a chill run down my spine from the cool air that escaped her room. She always preferred to be cold over hot. Why is she ramping up like the mom is going to die? I walked into my bedroom and stripped free of my wet towel and my bikini. I looked in the bathroom mirror and admired my beauty. Alright, you narcissist. I'm not conceited in any way. I just know that I'm attractive. What a weird thing to write yourself as. What? I just know that I'm attractive, and I'm really not afraid to admire that, shamelessly. My body was. I don't blame you. My body was sculpted in the right ways, which I was grateful for. I know I got my mom's genes. I walked to my bed, which had been made by room service while I was out, and I looked at the time, remembering the invite Lilac. Oh, yeah. Lilac gave me earlier that day. It was still early, and I was nowhere near tired. And Mom was in bed. Go hang out with Lilac, man. Go have fun. I took a quick shower, blow-dried my long hair. I thought you had short hair. And left it loose after applying some makeup and putting on an outfit that could possibly turn heads and stomachs. Short black shorts and a white tank top that revealed my stomach. How much do you weigh in this? My outfit choices were always pretty simple, plus it was a bit hot on the ship, and dancing at a club would only make it worse. Double checking myself in the mirror, I sighed at the anxiousness of what tonight could hold. Don't forget the fupa boo boo. What's a fupa boo boo? Clubbing was definitely something I did back home, quite frequently actually. So I was pretty excited for the invitation from Memphis and Tanner for me to join them. I knew I was going to be third wheeling, so I decided to take it upon myself to invite Rose. Rose was a sexy girl with hips. I wanted to see dance, huh? Rose was a sexy girl with hips I wanted to see dance, and possibly even dance on me. Get yourself on FetLife. Dance on you. Step on you. Alright. Hey, Rose, wait a minute. I hollered at her earlier right after... I hollered at her... I hollered at her earlier right after the game. Is this me again? I hollered at her earlier right after the game of getting to know people. Which went better than to be expected because we both revealed we liked girls. Rose slowed down and turned around. Yeah? That's how Rose talks now. I was wondering if you are not doing anything tonight, if you wanted to meet me at the club. It should be fun. We can drink a bit and dance a bit. And then you can step on me. Wear some big boots. I was actually going to take a swim with the sharks. Rejected! There were constant swim with the sharks going on throughout the day. What? And they even had a few runs through the night with glow-in-the-dark scuba gear. The sharks were well behaved. Okay. Were behaved well as behaved as any sharks could be. I'm going to have to see the comments on this. Swimming with sharks? You guys don't get it. The sharks are obviously domesticated. Well, duh. So the boat isn't stopping for anything, but you can go... Oh, yeah, the boat doesn't stop. But you can go diving with the well-behaved sharks. Goal, you're either getting dragged alongside or abandoned to live with the well-behaved sharks. Oh, darn. Well, maybe I will see you around some other time. Have fun. I started to walk away slowly, in hopes that maybe she would invite me with her, because I definitely was not going to invite myself. She did not seem like she wanted anything to do with me anyhow. Hi, it's me, Amber. Do you want to hang out? I'd rather go and swim with sharks, mate. That's the best rejection ever. I think I'm just going to swim with sharks, actually. Wait, actually, you know what? Rose called back. I'll go. I will meet you. Around midnight. See you there. She then walked away, lavender in tow as her red hair shined in the breeze. Now it was hours and hours later, after I spent time with Memphis, who kept talking about Tanner. Can you please stop talking about Tanner? You've not even kissed her yet. If it was you, you'd have asked her to move in by now. That does not mean that I am totally... What? That does not mean that I am not totally into her, Memphis defended herself. Into her? You barely even talked to her. I had no room to talk. What? Are you still talking? But there's no quote. Into her? You barely even talked to her. I had no room to talk. I will be doing more than talking tonight, Memphis giggled as we walked in the club. She was wearing a short red, tight, strapless dress. Heads were going to turn. I walked in with skinny jeans and a fitted white t-shirt. Music was already pumping. Some song about kissing the tattoo on her shoulder. Does anybody know what that is? Was playing. I did not listen to much hit music. Is that what you call it? I did not listen to much hit music. But it definitely sounded familiar. Hit music, huh? The lights were out and strobe lights were everywhere. There were girls dancing everywhere, grinding on each other, and throwing back shots. What does that mean? Throwing back shots. Oh! Throwing back shots. Sorry, I'm thinking like ass stuff. Throwing back shots. What does that mean? Sorry, throwing back shots. That was me, not Amber. Sorry, Amber. I'm butchering your work. I looked around in hopes to find Rose somewhere, but it was hard because there were so many girls and not enough light. I read this paragraph tremendously wrong. I'm doing it all night, man. Can I get it right? I walked over to the bar alone because Memphis was already on Tanner's side, making more googly eyes and becoming extremely touchy-feely. I laughed a bit to myself and ordered a drink. Rum and coke, please. I wanted to get tipsy, and I wanted it to happen quickly. You know, Tanner reminded me a lot of Justin Bieber. I was thinking of Emily there, Justin Bieber. Just a lot more shape to her. She was cute and completely Memphis's type. Justin Fido, hey! There you go. Here you go. The dark-skinned bartender handed me my drink. without even asking for an ID. But you look so young. I smiled and nodded my head, turned around and started walking in hopes to run into Rose sometime soon. A new song came on, this one I knew. Latch by Disclosure. Do you know that? Is that a hit music? Edging? Huh? Edging around some corner. Oh. I thought we took a turn there. Edging around some corner that had a circled bed in it. And a couple making out hot and heavy. I turned around a wall and accidentally pumped into someone. Oops, sorry. I accidentally pumped, just said that, and accidentally pumped into someone. Crap, you're telling me. Crap, I'm sorry. I looked down and saw that my drink had spilt on the floor. Why is there a bed completely? I don't know. Is that a thing on gay cruise ships? How was there a circle bed in a corner? There just is, alright? There just is. It's just a book, okay? It's fantasy. Star Wars didn't happen either. It's fine. Oh no, don't worry about it. The stranger looked down at her clothes. She had a little bit of rum on her bare stomach, and she gently wiped it off. It is pretty dark in here. I would not imagine you could see me. I didn't. Thankfully, the alcohol is free. I could barely see her face, but I smelt a familiar smell. Oh, lavender. It was not Rose, though. Yes, thankfully. Everyone, hello, darling. Would like to continue this party with a lot of alcohol and dancing the night away. The DJ, a girl in her late 30s who looked like Ellen DeGeneres. Maybe that's what Ellen does. In her spare time when she's not being a bully, shouted out over the music. All of a sudden, a big fish. All of a sudden, a big flash of light happened, and I could see the stranger before me for less than a second before the light went away. She was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. I was looking in a mirror. 'Twas me. No, I'd ever seen in my life. Something pulled inside of me and made me lose my breath. Something pulled. Not a clue, mate. A lot of alcohol and dancing the night away. Ah, yes, because this is exactly how people talk. It is. Hey, Indy. Some blonde girl yelled, coming from some strange back room with smoke coming out of it. Are people actually allowed to smoke on this ship? She came up to me. What? She came up to the beautiful girl before me and wrapped her arm around her. Hey, Lilac. I could barely see them, but I'm assuming Lilac was the smoker, who definitely smelled of smoke. And Indy was the beautiful girl. Is Indy a mam? Is Indy not a mam? Come on, let's go. Just then, Indy. I swear, Indy's the mam. Sorry, I must. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. Just then, Indy was pulled. What? Come on, let's go. Just then, Indy was pulled into the dance floor. What, straight to hell? Was pulled into the dance floor with Lilac, and I was there, standing alone. No drink and absolutely speechless. I thought I saw her wave back at me. I suddenly forgot of Rose. Rose, Titanic Rose, that's where she's got the name Rose from. There'll be a Jack in a second. I mean, Juniper did say she falls in lust, whatever that means. Indy, right? Is Indy not the mam? I've been saying Indy's the mam. I can't remember. Who was that? Lilac yelled over the music while handing me some type of alcoholic drink. I really don't know. She just bumped into me and spilled her alcohol on the floor, I answered. After that, no conversations were really had. We laughed a bit, but mainly just drank, and spent the last hour dancing. There was a lot of grinding involved. A few times I thought she was going to kiss me, but she didn't. I was torn in between wanting her to kiss me and wanting her not to. She smelled of cigarettes, so I could only imagine that is what her mouth tasted like, and I was not into that. You will be. You will be. I went your order there, sorry. Even though I thought she was extremely attractive, A few times throughout the night, she would escape for a bit and come back with more alcohol for us both. I was getting wasted, and when that happened, I pretty much did and said anything that my sober mind probably wouldn't have. Ha! Here we go. People don't casually say alcohol that many times. I did notice that. Let's go back to my room, Lilac suggested. Oh, is that the end? Oh no, you've reached the end. But the gross love scene was about to happen. Oh no. Let's go back to my room, Lilac suggested while pulling me closer into her. I was not entirely ready to leave just yet, but she seemed really eager, and I did like the way her hands felt on my body. Okay, sure, I replied, smiling back at her. She then kissed me on the lips, just ever so gently, and I was wrong. Not a single trace of cigarette, just alcohol and mint. Maybe she had a mojito. Meet me in the front. What's that mean? Meet me in the front. I will be right back, okay? She wanted to vanish again. It sounds like To Catch a Predator. I'll be back in a second. I'll just get the cookies. Alright, Diddy Lynn. She wanted to vanish again, like she did a lot throughout the night, and it seemed... Is this like a Mrs. Doubtfire scene? She keeps disappearing. And it seemed like each time she came back, she was a bit more excited about life. And had more energy. Oh my god, drugs. I did not think much of it. Besides, maybe she was just having a good time. Okay, hurry back. I then let myself kiss her gently on the lips, through the small bit of light in the club. Are you still in the club? I could see her bite her lip and then slip off into the distance. I started walking to the front of the door when I had to pass this big circle bed in the corner. When I smelt it, lavender, and it wasn't me. I know it wasn't you. Rose, I said quietly, and then I felt like someone kicked me in the stomach and punched me in the heart. Are you in a mosh pit? I had to catch my breath. I was so drunk that I thought I actually thought she was near me when there was no way she was. And that's the end? Oh, man. You can't tease me like that with 2 parts of gold. Thank God it's over. I was loving it. I would not trust a stranger who isn't a bartender with my drink. I don't care how nice they are. I know, but you've got to understand, Amber moves in people to her home before she's met them. Or even knows anything about them. Oh, you're married. Want to move in? Sure. Oh, well, that was only there's 2 parts to Juniper? Wait. The first time I read this, years ago, I did 45 minutes, and I went mad and I quit. I didn't know it just ended there. Oh, I could have got to the end. Right. He's Reckless by Smut SLXT. This isn't Amber, is it? Sorry. Right. Well, that was it. That is the end of Juniper. It was just starting to get good. Amber, if you can let everybody know that you wrote that when you were definitely an adult, that would be great. Add this story to your library and get notified about new parts. Amber, are you going to continue your Juniper? Where you're more misogynist than Zachary Michael. That's how misogynist you are. God, you really hate women, don't you? The way you describe them. Right. Thanks for watching. Hope that was alright. Amber, write some more books, please. Thanks, everybody.